Okay, so now I'm going to teach you some knots, and everybody has a little red cord. You know, one thing, when you teach knot, you should not face the audience, because the right hand for you is on the left, and it's very confusing. So I am going to turn myself like that, maybe here. Yes? Okay. And look at what you're facing. Hold the rope like that, not at the very end, but maybe an inch or two like that. So what you are facing is the left and the right hands. Left go over the right and you turn around. And now you're facing again, an hand on the right and an hand on the left. Now the right goes over the left, you go around. So don't tie it very much, but that's very simple. I see everybody has it. This is called a square knot. So now you tight it a little bit, and now what you do is you hold your knot on both sides like this, and you press toward the center, and you will see the knot is sliding, and that's the sign that the square knot is a square knot. If it doesn't slide, it's a granny knot, one of the worst knots in the world. So that's one thing. I have a problem with people who call themselves experts. I mean, I know 200 knots, but I would never call myself an expert. So, and by the way, experts are different. First, they walk funny. I'm an expert. And also their voice. Hey, my name is so-and-so. I'm the expert. You know, everything is... so I don't like that very much, but one day in one of those encounters, I see a knot expert who comes and say, hey, show me something. So what I did, I viciously tied the square knot, like this. And then innocently I said, sir, would you please untie the knot? And I saw the expert that start fighting with his fingernails to separate the two loops, which means this man knew nothing about knots, because there is a beautiful way, almost a magical way, of untying a square knot. So the first thing first, we are going to retie it together. Okay, untie your knot. And I go here so you can see the symmetry. Left over right, you turn around. And now you face a right hand and a left hand. The right hand goes over the left and around. Okay, and now hold on before to tight. Make the gliding test. Does it glide? Yes. Now you can tighten it. Tighten it pretty hard by pulling on both sides. So instead of fighting the untying with your fingertip, what you do is you hold the rope like this, and you look the top or the bottom, it doesn't matter, but let's do the top so we all do the same thing. At the top of the knot you have one hand and the body of the rope. So hold one hand in one hand and the body of the rope in the other. And then you jerk like this to create an horizontal track. And then the knot here is like a train, so you can make it go along the track until it disappears in thin air. We're gonna let the siren pass. Oh, you know what? Let's applaud very hard to try to go over the siren. Whoa! You see? The siren has disappeared. We won. Okay, hold on. I have a variation. Let's do again the square knot. Now I go a bit faster. Left over right and around. Right hand over left hand and around. Does it glide? Yes, it does. And I tight it. So now hold on. Now I have a variation, and I'm very proud of it. You are holding the hand and the body of the rope. You're doing your track like this. But instead of driving the knot horizontally, you put the rope vertically. So the gravity is calling the knot. All you have to do is very gently pull it down, and gravity does the rest. It helps you. It's much better, don't you think? Okay, now a little bit faster. Now the last variation is when you address to children. And I don't really see young children here, but we all are children. So go back to the time where you were children, right? And do left over right, right over left. Check that it glides, tight it pretty much, and now hold on. Now, I know it's difficult. Now don't do anything, look at me. It's like at school. Don't do anything. Stop playing with your rope. Okay, so now hold on. I do it first, don't do anything. I do like this. I create the track, I put the track vertically, but because now I am addressing to a little kid, 4 or 5 years old, instead of gliding the knot visibly to oblivion, what I do is I put my hand on the knot, and I go like this, and I ask the kid, blow on the knot. You call that blowing? Blow on the knot. And then the kid becomes the magician. He made, or she made the knot disappear. You see? Okay, try it. You have left over right, right over left. You tight. You do the track vertically. Now you put your hand on the knot and you bring it all the way down. There's nothing in your hand. And you ask the little kid to blow on the knot which is in your hand. And after the blow, the knot has disappeared. He or she is the magician, not you, of course, That's good. Okay. I'm going to try something impossible today. I have not tried that before. I'm going to try to teach you a very complicated knot. Are you up to it? Should we try?
Yeah.
Okay. Actually, it's not complicated, but it's complicated to teach the knot because the knot involves a move of the wrist, which is very hard to draw in a book and which is very hard to explain with words, right? So I find out that when I show to an audience with a rope, do this, do that, half of the audience don't get it. They get lost with a little dance of the wrist. So I came up with one of my genius ideas of decomposing. We're not even using the rope. So everybody put their rope around their neck. We're at school again. I don't want to see anybody playing with a rope. Good. Okay, and there are 2 positions. There is the start position. You put your hand facing yourself like that, and only 2 fingers straight. So that's not difficult, okay? That's position 1. Of course, everybody is doing it. We're going to go to position 2, the end of the movement. Position 2 is the palm toward the statue. Okay, position 1, position 2. You guys are incredible. You don't need me anymore. Okay, hold on. That's a little bit more complex than that. Because now, still, don't touch your rope around the neck. Okay, you're not going to go from position 1 to position 2 like this. That will be too easy. Now you're going to do a little dance of the wrist. Position 1, and now do it with me in slow motion to learn. The fingers turn toward you and toward the ground. Keep turning around toward the statue and you arrive in position 2. Okay, we start again, slow motion. Position 1, and then it's one move, one slow move. Turn the fingers toward you and toward the ground and toward the statue and you arrive to position 2. Okay, show me now the little move of the wrist. Pretty good. So now we put the rope. Okay, you hold the rope. You put the rope over position 1 with the short end toward your face, the long end toward the statue. See, it's very useful to have a statue. Okay, now you know what? If I were to do the move, the rope will fall. So what you do is with your left hand, you hold the end of the rope. By the way, look at my fingers. I don't hold the very end. I hold it like an inch away. So that's now position 1. Short part of the rope toward you, long part toward the statue, and you hold the short end in your left hand. So now, of course, concentrate on not dropping the rope. Now you go from position 1 to position 2, you turn the fingers toward you, you turn the fingers to the ground, toward the statue, and your fingers pass behind the long end of the rope, and you stop. You stop there. Okay. And now, these are not fingers anymore. These are a pair of pliers. And of course, it's obvious. You are going to give the little end to the pair of pliers. And now you dislodge the knot, and you have created a figure of 8. Isn't that incredible? Okay, let's do it one more time. Position 1, put the rope riding on the position 1 with the short end toward you, the long end toward the statue. With your left hand you hold not the very extremity of the short part, but 1 inch away. And now you do this. The tricky part is to go behind the long part of the rope. So now, position 1. You turn the fingers toward you, don't stop, toward the ground, toward the statue, pass behind the long rope, and now the fingers become the plier. Give it to the plier and stop. You don't need to dislodge the knot. Look at that, gravity can do it for you. It looks like a magic trick. Bravo, thank you.